In this session I will finally be able to show you the next step of Boids particles. And the reason I say it like this is because there was a bug in Blender before, and now that bug is fixed. So before you load this file, see so you have at least 2.9. You can have a later version as well, and then this bug is fixed. So now you can run it, and if you're running 2.8 something, it will crash. So once more, again, make sure you have version 2.9 at least. Then you can go in and load deeper Boids into your Blender, and then you have the same file as I have. And well, now we can start. So I have an emitter here, and what I will do is placing the ghost on one side, and I will place the emojis on the other side, and I will let them fight each other. So how do we do it? First of all, we need to place them. What I've done is that I weight painted each side. So I go to weight paint. Here you can see that this side is now red. And if I show you the object data properties, you can see that this is the emoji side. If I select the ghost side, you can see that the weight paint that side. So all the ghosts will be here, and all the emojis will be here. So now I go back to object mode, and with the emitter selected, I can now create the particle system. So I go to particle properties and press the plus sign and change the name to ghosts. And then it will be easy to find. I also change particle settings to ghost, can find them as well. Then I change the number to 10, frame start and end will be 1. Lifetime could be high, so put it 1000, and physics should be Boids, of course. Now we have that in, okay, and then we need the ghosts. So we go to render, change render as to object, and in instance object we select the ghosts. So we have it. The ghosts are really small here, so I think we increase the scale a bit so we can see them, and there we have them. And we can see that they're all scattered all over, and they should be on one side. So in particle properties, go to vertex groups, and in density select ghosts. Now they may not stand, but gathered anyway. Run animation, and now they're all standing. They start to move and fight each other, since they don't have any other opponents, like the emojis. Okay, so the little ghosts are now in, and we should have the emojis there as well. In particle properties, press the plus sign again, and we can call these emoji. In the particle setting, select ghost, and since it's not about ghost, make a copy and call the new particle setting emoji as well. So now we have 2 of those. The only thing to change here is in the instance from ghost to emoji. Also in vertex group, density should be emoji. So now we have 2 groups of objects, and if I run the animation, they're just interested in fighting with themselves inside the group. So emoji is fighting emoji, and ghosts are like fighting ghosts. Now I would like a ghost to attack the emojis. So how do we do it? We do it in 2 steps. First of all, we need to create a relation between these 2. So I go to ghost, and then I go to relation, press the plus sign, and now Blender says invalid target. So we must select the target, and since we are at the ghost, and the ghost should be in relation with the emoji, which is number 2 in this list, that's good to know, because the first we select the emitter, and then you can see I say ghost in the list, but that is because its particles is the number 1, and we should be number 2. So when I change it, you get emoji. So now it says emitter emoji, and we are on the ghost side. So ghost has a relationship with emoji. Okay, now we need to tell what type of relationship they have. that you do in the mode here. And I want them to be enemies, so select enemy here. So now the ghosts are enemy with the emojis. The next step you have to do is to go to Boid Brain and say that the ghost should attack the emojis. So press the plus sign here and select fight. Move fight up so it becomes the second rule and get higher priority, and now you have enemies on that side. They will fight. So let's see what happens when I run the animation. You can see that the ghosts are fighting all those poor little emojis that still have no relationship with the ghost. The ghost does not care about that, and since the emojis are enemies, they start to unprovoked fight to the emojis, and we can't have it like that. The emojis need to defend themselves. Thus, we do the same setup for the emojis. Select the emoji in particle properties. In relations, create a relation by pressing the plus sign and set target object to emitter. Now we have an emoji that gets a relation with the ghosts. They should also be enemies, so select enemy in mode, and the Boid Brain select fight, so they have some chance here. Press the plus sign, select fight, and move it to the second place in the rule list. Run the animation, and you can see both sides are fighting each other. And they do that until no other exists or they get tired. And now they get very tired and nothing happens really. This is because they are equally strong and have equal health and also has the same braveness on both sides. So they're just fighting until they are tired. However, if we do some changes here, let's say that we increase the strength of the ghost, what will then happen? So in particle properties, go to battle after you have selected ghost of the particle system and set the strength to 4 instead of the default 0.1. Okay, so what will happen now? We run the animation and you can see the ghosts are hunting the poor emojis. You can always hear them. The ghosts are too strong. We need to flee. So then the emojis flee away. Okay. Can we make the emojis to stay without increasing the strength? Yes, we can. What do? Is that we select the particle system emoji. With the emoji selected, you can then change the parameters that make them really brave and aggressive. And perhaps a little bit stupid. Those parameters is in battle as well. Just increase aggression to around 60 and then you can just run the animation. Now both sides will fight again. Remember that the emojis are not as strong as the ghost here. So what will happen is that the emoji will understand that they are too weak, try to flee, but quickly gets killed. So now we have all the ghosts left, except one poor emoji that is fleeing, at least until the animation stops. So the ghost will just hunt them down and kill them, because despite the fact that the emojis are brave, they are too weak, and they will not survive the ghosts. So you can control their behavior. You can tell them that you should attack even if you are weak, or you should flee, or you should do that, or you should do this. So you can also say that, okay, these ghosts are very, very strong, but are weak attackers. So to do that last statement, go to battle and change accuracy. Check so you're changing the particle system ghost here as well. And then you change that in battle, and you set accuracy to about 0.05. Now, the ghosts are really poor fighters. They are strong, but they miss almost everything. These are weak, but they are brave, and they never miss. So let's see how the fight goes. As you can see, they are attacking each other. The emojis found out that they are weaker ones. they flee once again, but this time they survive. Here we have a pattern that says that, okay, as a Moi we try to attack to see what happens. We are clearly better fighters, but shit, the ghosts are a lot stronger, so we better flee. And then we at least survive. So you can control that and can also control the range. So if you want to have a melee fight, then you have the range of 1. Or if you will have a fight from a larger range, where you have like rifles or something, then just increase the range. Okay? So if I now select the particle system, emoji, and change the range to like 5, and run the animation again, you can see that the Mois are not running to attack, they're standing still. Because the range is okay for them. They can attack without moving. But the ghosts, they need to run all the way here. So we give the Moai some time before the ghosts are there to attack. So that is also a way to do it, but still the ghosts are strongest. So they will eventually win in this case as well. Now I think you have understood how these things work, so you can have 2 or 3 different types of modes. So you can have enemies, you can have friends, as you have mode that is friend, where the friend will help if you have been attacked or something. Then you have neutral, and they stand and do nothing. So here you can put in different things to make all these relations work. Okay, so that was one thing. And another thing that I would like to show is the rule to avoid. So what I will do in this case is that I will just, let's say, kill those ghosts one for all. So I take them away by pressing X to delete them. And now we only have this emoji here. And then I will add a force field here. So press Shift A, force field, and add force. And move it to the center by, I just press G and move it. Could be a lot easier done, but I just approximately like this. Now I think something like that, and then it's okay. And now I have the center there, and if I run animation you can see they are slowly going away from this force. And that's natural. And if I now increase the force a bit, so we change this to like 4 in here, and run the animation again, you can see it's going faster from the force. And that is the common way. That is how the force works. So I would like to change that a bit. Let's say that the Mois are instead a moth or flies that are attracted to light, and the light is very hot, and every time they come near, it pushes like them away. But they really want to be on that light bulb. And to make them behave like that, I select them and go to the particle properties, and then I go to Boid brain. And here we add goal by pressing the plus sign. So the goal should be to attack or be attracted by the force. I put that rule first, and in the object for goal I select the force field using the A dropper here. Okay, so now we have the force in here. When I now run the animation, you can see that even if the force should push them away, they are attracted to it. And they want to be near that goal. So if it would be a light bulb, they would get burned, killed and all that, but they're staying because the goal to be near that thing. So without it, I take it away here. You can see they are fleeing from it, but not if I had the force as a goal. You can do it the other way around. If I go to this force again and I change the strength to a negative value, then normally it will be like attracted to this one. So if I now go to frame 1 and then the particle properties, you can see that we have only separate and flock here. If I play this animation, they will be attracted to this force here. However, if I now go to the plus sign, select avoid, and put that rule at the top, and select the force here, I will have the rule here. Then they will try to avoid that force. So if I run the animation, you can see that they're really trying to get away from that force. Still, that force is attractive to some particles or emojis, so not all are able to flee from it, but they try to do it by using this avoid here. You can have moving targets that you will try to avoid or that you would like to try to find. And then you use predict here. With predict, it can check where the movement should be and then adapt the particle's movement to reach the goal or to avoid the other force in a better way. So that is how avoid and goal works. It works with both positive and negative forces, and you can make them to do exactly the opposite of what the force normally should do. So that can be good to have in several situations as well. So now you know a little bit more about Boid particles. You can make different Boid particles fight each other. You can make them go to goal, or they can avoid something using this energy that you get from the force here. So it's really much you can do with this Boids particle. You can make really advanced fighting scenes with a lot of zombies, tanks, or whatever you want to have. And you can have a fight with swords or fight with rifles, and you can let weak attack brave, and so on. So a lot of stuff can be done. So if you use this in a good way, you can get really nice animations out of this. So see you in next session, and I say bye for now.